Yo, 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 it's that time of year. It is bracket time. And I'm very excited that it's bracket time. I haven't been live in a while. Ready to break down this damn bracket. Give it like 2 minutes. Wait till some people get in here, but I'm so excited. I just turned golf off to watch this. And now we got a bracket. Man, man, am I excited. Hold on. Let me tweet it out. Get it going. Hold on. And then we'll get right into it. Because I'm excited. Tweet. All right, ask me questions in the chat. I can see them. Let's let's rock. Let's rock. All right, first four. First four, we got 2 16 games, a 12 and 11 game, which I feel like is new. I feel like we've had 11s and 16s only. But we have Texas Southern out of the SWAC and A&M Corpus Christi. They just won the Southland last night, beat Southeastern Louisiana. And this is going to be a really good game. And also, I'm going to break down the spreads and what I think the spread should be for each game, or just a guess. They're not all going to be right. Just quickly off the top of my head, just like initial reaction out of hype. Texas Southern and Texas A&M Corpus Christi. I feel like there's going to be close to a pick 'em, and I'd have to go with Texas A&M Corpus Christi. I like their size, and Texas Southern is a lot more as a speedy team. They were one of the favorites in the SWAC, and the other one was Alcorn State, who they just beat. But this is going to be a pick 'em. But besides, I'm not really worried about that pick 'em. I'm going to go with Corpus Christi. But it doesn't matter once bracket comes out. You're going to pick one of them against a 1 seed, so it doesn't really matter. Wyoming, Indiana. This is going to be an amazing game. Amazing game. I feel like Indiana will be like a 1.5 point favorite, maybe 2. Wyoming doesn't really get respect from the books, but this is going to be a crazy game. Graham Ike versus Trace Jackson Davis, two of the best big men in the entire country. Man, I don't know, man. I like Maldo. I like Wyo's guards, but I feel like Brace and Trace will have that advantage down low because Graham Ike can't guard both of them. So I don't know. It's gonna be tough. Indiana -1.5. I'm probably gonna have to go with the Hoosiers. I love the way they're fighting in the Big Ten tournament. Bryant Wright State. This could literally be one of the best games of the entire tournament. Peter Kiss, the leading scorer in the entire NCAA, goes against a Wright State team who is extremely talented, but just only performs when they feel like it. And the lights are on now, so they're gonna have to perform. But I'm gonna have to go with my Bryant Bulldogs. I think the spread's gonna be like Wright State -3.5. So, but I'm gonna go with Bryant to win outright. I think they can do it. I love obviously Peter Kiss and Hall Elias. They're solid, and I like them ever since last year. They're gonna be solid. Rutgers, Notre Dame, 2 11 seeds. People weren't really wanting Rutgers to make it. They thought maybe Texas A&M, Dayton should be in over them. They were one of the last 4 teams in, I believe. But this is going to be a good game. I love Rutgers' tournament experience. They should have beat Houston last year in the round of 32, so they're coming back for blood. I know they're not as good as they were last year, but they still have the majority of the core there for Rutgers. And Notre Dame, really, what did they do this year? They finished, second in the ACC regular season, but what is the ACC? Nothing. Rutgers has all of those quad 1 wins, but they had those early quad 4 losses to make them a bubble team. But I do like Rutgers to get it done versus Notre Dame. If I had to pick a spread, I would say I don't know. This is going to be 1-2. And either team could be favored in my opinion. I'm going to go Rutgers -1 is the spread, and I would pick Rutgers to win this game outright. All right, now let's get into the full bracket. We'll start in the West region because that's what came out first. All right, Zags, Georgia State. Obviously, all that matters here is what I think the spread is going to be. I would say Zags -27. Zags -27. I don't think Georgia State should be a 16 seed. They're a very talented team from the Sun Belt. They kind of lacked all season, but when it came tournament time, they turned up and they showed their talent. I still think, it's the best team in the country. Obviously, Gonzaga, they're not going to win, but I think the spread will be somewhere around 27. So if we see it around 24, maybe there's some value on the Zags first round. All right, we'll move on to Boise, Memphis. Going to be an amazing game. But when it comes down to it, I like Memphis's talent. Obviously, this is the first time Penny Hardaway's made the tournament, so he's got something to prove. They beat Houston twice this year. They just lost to him today. But I think Memphis will win this game as a 9 seed. I think they'll also be favored, small favorite, but Boise's solid. They have a great guard in Marcus Shavar. They have a good big man. They got Akot. They're a solid team, and they got Rice, I think his name is, the shooting guard, the coach's son. Solid also, but Memphis obviously has all those guys, all those studs. They may or may not be a little banged up. We'll see that when the time comes. But I like Memphis to get it done as the 9 seed, and I do think they will be a small favorite, maybe 1.5 point favorite. All right, Connecticut, New Mexico State. I was really looking to pick New Mexico State to win the first round this year. I really was, but I just don't like this draw for them. I like how they match up on the outside with Rice and with Teddy Allen, but I just think Sonogo is going to be a problem for them down low. And listen, Connecticut was the only team to beat Auburn, who was number 1 ranked for a while in the middle of the season. And I just feel like there's a tough draw for New Mexico State. Going to be a close game. I'm going to guess the spread. Connecticut minus 6.5, 7. And I'm going to go with Connecticut to win this game outright. Arkansas, Vermont. Arkansas, Vermont. Man, I think they're going to make it Arkansas minus 8, but I do not want to play Vermont right now. I would not want to play Vermont right now. Look, Arkansas's game is defend the 3, and that's what Vermont does, but Vermont does it at an insanely crazy rate. I want to pick Vermont here. I really do, but I feel like if Vermont could have played anyone else, they would have had a better chance to win. I don't really like how they got matched up with Arkansas. I'm gonna say 8.5 point spread, maybe even more. Vermont covers, Arkansas wins. Let's move on. Alabama plays the winner of Rutgers and Notre Dame. Alabama plays the winners of Rutgers, Notre Dame. And look, I've been high on Alabama all season long, and their numbers all season long say that they're going to regress and start shooting it good, but they just haven't. Is it time now? I hope so, because I love this team. We saw them run last year, but like maybe the guys that they have this year compared to last year, which is a majority of the same, just aren't as good shooters as they were last year. So I like Alabama to get it done. I think the numbers will finally turn. I like how they match up with both Rutgers and Notre Dame, whoever they play. Guess the spread. Alabama minus 4.5 versus both of those teams. All right. Texas Tech, Montana State. Another team that I wanted to bet first round in Montana State. Love their roster. Love their veteran team. Absolutely ran through the Big Sky. Almost forgot where they were in. Absolutely ran through the Big Sky. But Texas Tech's on a mission. I love how they have been playing recently, and I don't think Montana State is going to be the team to slow them down. I would say Texas Tech minus 12.5. 14.5. Michigan State, Davidson. I feel like Davidson's going to be a popular pick this year. Foster Loyer, obviously, Michigan State transfer revenge game, and I just don't like how Michigan State plays, especially in a tournament setting when they play so fast and frantic and they turn the ball over at an insane pace. I like Davidson to win this game. I feel like the spread will be Michigan State minus 4. Michigan State minus 4. Remember, Davidson has a win over Alabama this year. Davidson just lost in the A-10 final, so against a good Richmond team. So they're going to have revenge on their mind to get a quick win. I like Davidson here. I'm not going to second guess it. I feel like they're going to be a little bit public, but I'm not going to second guess myself. I'm going to go with my gut and go with Davidson. Duke takes on the Big West champions, CS Fullerton. The Big West was basically UC Irvine, Cal State Fullerton, Long Beach State all season, and Fullerton got there late. They're all the Big West teams are like the same, and we don't have a UC Santa Barbara beating Creighton like we did last year. Duke should handle them, and this is going to be a game where Duke can get away with not running any sets, play Paolo and Trevor Keels ISO ball, and just out athlete everyone like they did the entire ACC. So I do like Duke to get it done here. against Cal State Fullerton without any problems. Guess the spread. Guess the spread. Duke minus 16 and a half. 16 and a half. I like that. Okay. We will move down to, let's go up to this top right region. No. Top right region. We have, okay, we'll go here. Arizona to play the winner of Wright State and Bryant, which I don't think is a good matchup for Wright State. I mean, for Arizona. Like, they're going to win, but Wright State and Bryant shouldn't be 16 seeds, in my opinion. Whoever wins that game, I feel like will cover against Arizona. Like, if they play Bryant, Peter Kiss can go for 30. Any given day, he can go for 30. So I feel like the spread will be Arizona minus like 19 and a half, minus like 20, 21 and a half, something like that. But I feel like Wright State or Bryant has the capability of covering versus Arizona. Arizona will obviously advance. All right, Seton Hall TCU, going to be a great, great game. I love the guard matchups here. Kadari Richmond versus Mike Miles. It's gonna be really good. Both of these teams are similar, honestly, the way they play. I'm obviously a big Seton Hall fan, but I don't love them here. I don't like how Ike Obiago is going to match up with Eddie Lampkin, but it's going to be really good. I feel like Seton Hall will be like this game could be a pick 'em, 1 point favorite or a pick 'em. I'm going to have to go with the Frogs here, even though, I mean, Kevin Willard might be on his way out. He might be trying to play. We'll see. I hate to pick against Seton Hall, but TCU is trending. They beat Kansas. They almost beat them twice. They had a good showing in the Big 12 tournament. I like the way TCU is trending. Maybe Hall's a little bit more rested because they went out early in the Big East tournament, which isn't an issue. So we see teams every year go out in the Big East tournament early and then have a little run because the Big East tournament is a gauntlet. All right, I'm gonna go with TCU here. Houston and UAB. I feel like UAB got jobbed here. I was so ready to pick UAB round 1 to win their matchup versus whoever it was, but Houston, I feel like shouldn't be a 5 seed. And I'm a notorious Houston hater, but I'm a little bit more bullish on Houston this season. I just like how deep they are, love the way they're coached, and just love the way they play. Houston is a very defensive team who just will clamp you, and UAB is a team that runs everything through Jordan Walker. He will just take a shot from anywhere. And Houston is a team that is not going to let one guy take them down. If UAB is going to beat them, it's going to have to be with someone else. That's not Jordan Walker. They have another shooter too, but I just don't think they have they have Jordan Walker, but they don't have the rest of the firepower around them to take down this Houston squad. I'm going to go Houston minus 7. I feel like Jordan Walker can heat up and keep it close, but I don't think they will outlast him in the end. I think Houston will advance. Illinois, Chattanooga. I really, really wanted Chattanooga to play Providence, but that obviously didn't happen. And D'Souza versus Kofi Cockburn is going to be an amazing matchup down low. If you don't know who D'Souza is, he is a big man for Chattanooga, absolute stud. And David Jean-Baptiste is the point guard / shooting guard for Chattanooga. Won the SoCon conference. I love the SoCon. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I love the SoCon. Guess the spread. Illinois, I'm going to go -9. I do not think they'll cover. I think they'll keep it close, Chattanooga. But Chattanooga is a team that has some shot quality regression set to come in. And come tournament time, that should happen. Illinois is a team I'm so high on. I just love their bigs and love their guards, and they just haven't really put it together. So I think they will. I think they'll get by Chattanooga, but it's not going to be an easy game. I think Chattanooga will cover that 9-point spread if it's a 9-point spread, and but Illinois will move on. All right, Colorado State and Michigan. Hunter Dickinson versus David Roddy is going to be an awesome matchup. But I don't like Michigan's guards. They've been coming on late, but I don't think they're going to be able to match up with the shooting capabilities of Colorado State and the way they move off the ball for a full game. I feel like people will pick Michigan just because their early season hopes and what they've done in the tournament the last few seasons. But this is Colorado State's year. This is Nico Medved's year. Like, he's one of the best coaches in the Mountain West, and I don't see Nico Medved with this hype season having a round 1 early exit. So, We'll see how that plays out, obviously, but I like Colorado State here. I'm going against the spread, Colorado State -3. Tennessee and Longwood. I think Tennessee got a good matchup. I'm not high on Longwood. They ran through the Big South, and I don't even think they were the best team in the Big South, but maybe they proved it this season. But I think Tennessee has the capability to like win this game by 30 plus. And I'm not a big like all the way love the favorites every game, but I like how this sits up for Tennessee. They have no real flaws against this Longwood team. I'm gonna say Tennessee. I realistically think the spread will be like 16, 17, 18, but I think they could really open this game up. They're a big favorite to take, maybe look at in the first round. Ohio State and Loyola Chicago. All right, we already know everyone's going to pick Loyola Chicago here, but just based off of that, I'm not picking Loyola Chicago. Yes, they're great, and who'd they lose last year from this year? They only lost Cameron Crutwig, really, and they have a new coach, obviously Drew Valentine or Denzel Valentine, whatever. Drew Valentine. But Ohio State's a team that's kind of been slacking off recently. They just lost to Penn State, which I think might be better. They're rested up. They didn't have to go through the Big Ten gauntlet, and they have a solid team. They have E.J. Liddell, who I feel like he could dominate. And I mean, everyone's picking Loyola Chicago, everyone. But I do think Ohio State will win this game. I feel like the spread will be Ohio State maybe like -2.5. We've seen Loyola Chicago play some teams tough early in the season, but they didn't really run through the Missouri Valley like people thought they would again. They just barely got by late. I like Ohio State to move on here. I actually have a future on Ohio State from early in the season, so I don't think it's a biased pick, but I think Loyola Chicago is going to be the squarest dog ever. I already know it's coming, so I'm going to go with Ohio State. I think the spread will be somewhere between 2 and 4. And I think Ohio State will maybe cover that and definitely move on. Villanova, Delaware, battle of the CAA. Feels like a fall CAA playoff game in football. Villanova, Delaware. Delaware is a solid team. I believe they are still without Ryan Painter, who's their big man, but they have Jameer Nelson Jr., who might do what his dad did X number of years ago and bring Delaware on a run like he did to St. Joe's. That's not going to happen. Jay Wright is leading this Villanova team, who's a veteran Villanova team. Colin Gillespie, Samuels, they're a solid. It's more about the spread than who's going to win this game. I'm going to say Villanova -14.5. Little backdoor Delaware cover. All right, let's move on we'll go bottom left side of the bracket. All right, we'll start with Baylor and Norfolk. Okay, Baylor is rested. They're winning this game, obviously. Spread is what matters here. What do I think the spread will going to be? Baylor -23.5. Norfolk is good, though. They won the MEAC. They're in the tournament again, back-to-back years, I believe. And, yeah, they're a good team. I liked watching them play in the MEAC. I like their games versus Morgan State. Solid, good rivalry. All right, but I'm going to go – Baylor's going to be 23-point favorites is my opinion. North Carolina, Marquette, pick them. Going to be a really good game. North Carolina, a team who was trending upwards, and then they fell to a surging hot Virginia Tech team. Marquette, new coach, a whole bunch of transfers. How does a team like that gel in a tournament March Madness settings? That's going to be really interesting because obviously Shaka Smart's a veteran coach, but he's got a new team. I mean, they've had a full season to get to know each other, obviously, but they've never played an event like this. And when they did play in the Big East tournament, they lost pretty quick. So I'm gonna have to go with North Carolina here. I like the way Bacot matches up against the Marquette team, who I don't love I don't love them down low. I mean, I know they have Morcell on the defensive end, but he's not guarding Bacot. I'm gonna have to go with UNC here in a very close game. But I mean, Justin Lewis could just go X Games mode and just score 25. I'm not saying I'm going to bet every single one of these. I'm just trying to guess the spread and just for the bracket purposes. All right, St. Mary's will play the winner of the 12 seed, Wyoming and Indiana, and they won't beat them. I think whoever wins that Wyoming-Indiana game will win, and I'm going to have to say Indiana. And then I like the way Indiana matches up with St. Mary's. What have we seen from St. Mary's this year? They beat Gonzaga in a very off night, but besides that, not too much. I mean, they were in the WCC, and the WCC gets a lot of hate. But when you look at it, the WCC is like identical to the ACC. Like they're just like really like a Power 5 conference is the same as the WCC this year. Yeah, they were probably the second best, maybe not the second best team. We have 3 WCC teams in the tournament this year, but I don't think St. Mary's. I think they're going to be the favorite. Most likely, honestly, they could not if Indiana wins. I think Indiana will beat Wyoming, beat St. Mary's. St. Mary's -2 is the spread, in my opinion. We'll see what happens when that time gets there. But I just love Trace. I love Trace in he hasn't been to the tournament, but he's been on campus, been there for a while. It's like, all right, I was such a Trace hater too when he first came there because he was so praised. And then this season he's proving to be like, okay, yeah, I'm as hyped up as I wanted to be. So I like Indiana to go on a little run this tournament. UCLA and Akron. Man, if Brian Trimble was playing for this Akron team right now, I would pick them to upset UCLA. I don't love UCLA at all, but I feel like they're going to get by. I rode Akron all season. I posted the video on them yesterday. Had the big future on them to win the MAC tournament, but I wish they weren't playing UCLA. Even though I don't love UCLA, I feel like they could have maybe gotten a better draw. But I think UCLA will win this game as like 11-point favorites, but Akron will cover, keep it semi-close. Texas and Virginia Tech. Everyone is going to bet Virginia Tech and / pick Virginia Tech. They saw the recency bias is going to be crazy. And I mean, it's deserved. They did what they had to do, beat North Carolina and Duke. And Texas, what have they done? Like literally nothing. But I'm just going back to my baseline. You read down this Texas roster, it's all studs. And it's what's his name is the coach? I'm rambling right now. I can't think. But yeah, you see this Texas roster and like Marcus Carr. I can't think right now. Marcus Carr. I'm just going to go down and see the Texas roster. Texas basketball roster. I just can't think right now. But because Texas, I just kind of blacklisted them from existence. But when you look at Texas roster preseason, I mean, I know that they don't have Trey Mitchell anymore. When you look at this Texas roster preseason, you're like, damn, this team is good. Texas Carr, Andrew Jones, Marcus Carr, Andrew Jones, Timmy Allen, Dylan Disu, Courtney Ramey, Devin Askew. Like, that's like an all-American team. So I know everyone's going to pick Virginia Tech, and this is going to be like a 3-point spread, 2.5-point spread Texas. I think Texas will win and cover because I just think they're better. I mean, they're not, though. But the thing is, Texas is a defensive team, and Virginia Tech is not a team that's going to beat you off the dribble. Like Texas is a team that's built on defense, and Virginia Tech's not an explosive offensive team. I know Hunter Couture dropped 31 yesterday, but that's fluky. He hit like 7 or 8 threes. I don't see that happening again. So I like Texas in this game. Purdue and Yale. I know people aren't high on Purdue. Hold on, I got a question. What are some upsets you think could happen so far? Upsets I've picked Davidson. I mean, I guess Memphis. TCU. I didn't pick Loyola Chicago. Everyone's going to pick Loyola Chicago. And maybe Chattanooga, but I don't think Chattanooga. But I will have a few coming for sure. Okay, Purdue, Yale. I'm so high on Purdue. They haven't shown like their full potential yet, but it's coming. I think it's coming. They're going to win this game handedly. I have them. I'm going to say Purdue -17. I don't think they'll have any problem with the Yale team. Murray State, San Francisco. This is going to be an amazing, amazing, amazing game. I feel like it's going to be Murray State -0.5, Murray State -1, -1.5. I think San Francisco will win this game outright. I just feel like they have something to prove. They were a fringe team. Are we going to make it? Are we not going to make it? We got in. We're going to Murray State hasn't played anyone like San Francisco in their conference. They ran through the conference. They ran through the conference finals. I think they're in for a rude awakening playing the San Francisco team, who is extremely, extremely hungry. Kentucky, St. Peter's. Sorry, St. Peter's. This is going to be a 25-point spread, and it won't even be close. But shout out Dougie Eddard, Nutley, New Jersey. All right, final side of the bracket. Trying to rip through this quick, and then I'll do a full live bracket breakdown. Daniel Berger's 4 under par. What? How is Lahiri 9 under? Okay. Kansas will play the winner of Texas Southern and Texas A&M Corpus Christi. The spread is what matters. The spread is going to be Kansas minus 24.5. They're obviously winning. San Diego State Creighton. Now, this is going to be a really good game. San Diego State is a team that runs through Matt Bradley. They are Matt Bradley or nothing. And Creighton is a team that is all freshmen with obviously a great coach. And Creighton is boom or bust. Like these guys are young. They have never played in a setting like this. But San Diego State is a team that you can shut down 1 or 2 guys you can beat. I feel like this is going to be San Diego State -2, and this is going to be close. San Diego State at the buzzer. Matt Bradley's going to back someone down and a little fadeaway to win. That's what's going to happen. But this is going to be a really good game. But Creighton is a team that can go on a little run too. They literally have the talent to beat Kansas, but I don't think is the moment a little too big. I mean, they got all the way to the Big East final, so maybe not, but the moment could be a little bit too big for a Creighton team that's very young and a little bit injured as well. Iowa and Richmond, there's an upset I like. I like Richmond over Iowa. I love how old this Richmond team is. I said it in the preseason breakdown, and I said they would start off slow, and they did it. They literally did exactly how I predicted. They start off slow because they don't have the most talented team. I know they got Gilliard and Burton, but they are a veteran team. They are one of the oldest teams, if not the oldest team in Division I. And they're playing an Iowa team who could easily have an off shooting night. I'm so happy that Iowa won the Big Ten too. They're going to be super high off of that. Amazing letdown spot against the 12 seed. I like Richmond over Iowa in a close game. The spread, I think the spread will be Iowa minus like 8.5, something like that. But I'm going to go with Richmond to pull off this upset. I just love the veteran leadership of this team. I love the ball handling down the stretch, the free throw shooting ability. And I mean, I know Keegan Murray is a demigod and he's just the best player on the court, but if he's got an off game and Bohannon's not shooting it, I think Richmond could win this game outright, and I will be picking that. Another one, Providence, South Dakota State. Providence is the luckiest team all season long. The shot quality regression has been due to set in and finally starting to. And the Big Ten championship, they lost. I mean, Big East semis or quarters lost to Creighton by like 30. Oh, excuse me. And South Dakota State, man. South Dakota State, 5 seniors, and they all score in the double digits. And they score 100 points a game. Not actually, but they score damn near 100 points a game. They can light it up. I love South Dakota State to take care of Providence. I'm going to have to say the spread will be Providence minus 6.5. Like a respectable spread because the books are smart. They know. But I love South Dakota State to win this game outright. All right, LSU and Iowa State. What are we going to set the total of this game? 90.5. This is going to be a defensive slugfest. I don't like LSU. I've been fading them all year, and it's been working. But LSU is a team that like I feel like will get beat by good scoring teams, and Iowa State is not that. I don't know. This is going to be an ugly game. Like, literally, don't watch this game. I think this will be LSU. They don't even have a head coach. LSU doesn't have a head coach. But, I mean, Isaiah Brockington for Iowa State can score a lot. But besides that, it's not much else. I like LSU to be able to lock him down and just they're not going to score a lot, but Iowa State's going to score even less. So LSU in a close one, low-scoring battle. I would say the spread's going to be LSU -4. Wouldn't count on them covering it, but I think they'll advance here. Wisconsin and Colgate. Don't let Colgate get hot. That's all I'm going to say. Don't let Colgate get hot. I might have to pick another one. I think Colgate can beat this Wisconsin team. They are a veteran team. They've been in this spot before. They almost beat Arkansas last year. And Wisconsin, who do they have? Johnny Davis. And that's basically it. They can shut down Johnny Davis. They can win this game. They can hit some threes. I like Colgate to get it done against Wisconsin. USC, Miami, Florida. Both of these teams. Miami has been folding recently down the stretch, and I hate USC. I've hated USC all season long, and they kind of did better than I thought, but their public love early in the season was just something that I didn't think was gonna. It was just crazy how publicly loved they. Tom Brady's coming out of retirement. Good for him. So public love USC got is just crazy, but I do think they'll be able to edge out Miami with size. And that's it. Just with size. It's going to be a close game. I'm going to say USC -2, and they cover, get it done late. All right. What else do we have here? I cannot believe Lahiri is leading this golf tournament, by the way. I'm sorry if you don't have anything to do with golf. Okay. Auburn and Jacksonville State. Okay, look what I said for all these upsets coming. I love Auburn's path. Okay, whoever they play here, USC or Miami, I love that. They play Colgate. They play with the winner of Colgate, LSU, or come on. Then they play the winner of like South Dakota State or Richmond if it goes how I plan. I love Auburn's path to the final. I have Auburn 50-1 to win the whole thing. I just love the way they have the most explosive guards in the country. I mean, I might get backlash for saying that, but they have a very high ceiling. They're either boom or they're bust, but I love the way that sets up for a tournament setting. Two amazing guards. Walker Kessler and Jabari Smith could be the number one pick. I just love the whole squad. Bruce Pearl is due, and I know he gets shit on. Bruce Pearl is due. I love Auburn to roll Jacksonville State spread. I'm going to go with 16-17. But besides that, I really, really like Auburn's path. Let me look if there's any spreads up real quick. And it might be someone like DraftKings real quick. And if not, I went through everything. So, but I will be coming back with a full round one breakdown. I mean, yeah, full round one and bracket breakdown. Basketball, college basketball. Oh, we got spreads. Okay, hold on. Let's see if any catch my eye, like real quick. All right. Okay, I said Indiana -2.5. I was close there. What? Bryant's winning this game. This is gonna be close. Wow, San Francisco's favored, as they should. I said Iowa -9. Okay, I like Richmond to win that game outright. Don't care there. Wow, Arkansas, Vermont. Oh my God, Arkansas is covering this. I'm sorry. I said Tennessee -17, and I think they'd win by 30. Tennessee, I'm betting that. This is too. Wow, I said Gonzaga by 30 something. No, I said 27. I said Gonzaga -27, and if they're 24, bet it. I did say that. Michigan's favored against Colorado State. Wow. Norfolk, Baylor. That might not be enough points. Creighton, San Diego State. Pick them. Providence is -2 for South Dakota State. The books are so smart. God, we cannot have any good things. Because that is so right. That spread is so dead on. Memphis, Boise. Yeah, Memphis -1. I figured that. UConn -7. Figured that. Let's go. I am the book. Villanova, Delaware. I said Houston -7. Close. I wouldn't touch that spread. Let's go. Give me Ohio State in the points. That might be the bet of the round one. Ohio State +2. LSU -5. I said 4. Don't care. Wisconsin -8. That's very fair spread. Auburn -17. Got that one. Davidson, Michigan, Pick'em. Damn, these books are sharp. Good spread. Illinois -7.5. I said 9. Texas -1. Everyone's gonna be on Virginia Tech +1. I can already promise you that. But I'll take Texas. All right, I said USC -2. So I was close. That's everything that's up right now. I'm betting Ohio State +2. That's for sure. So Ohio State +2, that might be the lock. All right, that's it. I will come on again shortly and fill out a bracket within this next week. Appreciate everyone that watched it. Best of luck, and go Daniel Berger.